Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
I'd like to welcome you to my bar mitzvah and congregation, Beth Israel. In my parsha, Parshat Shmini, we find the Israelites in the desert and Moses giving instructions to Aaron and his sons on how to bring special offerings to God. Moses tells Aaron that it was for forgiveness or teshuvah. While all of this is happening, everyone is celebrating the 8th day of the welcoming ceremony of the Mishkan, the desert sanctuary. Aaron then follows what Moses told him and placed the offering on the altar, and they watched as God accepted the offering. Next, 2 of Aaron's sons, Nadab and Abihu, brought another offering not intended by God. So because of this, it seems they die. The second part of the parsha is about the dietary laws of kashrut. God tells Moses and Aaron which animals we are allowed to eat and what we are not. The last part of the parsha talks about the ritual impurity that would allow you to go into the Mishkan and communicate with God. One thing seems to be missing from the Torah. Moses didn't comfort Aaron, his brother, when Nadab and Abihu died. Why didn't Moses comfort Aaron? Shouldn't he show empathy for his nephews? Shouldn't he mourn for his nephews? There's one word that sticks out to me: empathy. What is empathy? Empathy is to show emotion for someone or something, like a mourner. In my Torah portion, there is no empathy towards Aaron from Moses. I think Moses should have done something more, like mourning with Aaron and his remaining sons. He also should have shown emotion over what Aaron has been through and should have said empathetic phrases like, "I'm here for you," or "We'll get through this together." This all relates to my life because my great-grandmother died in February, and my family and I had a big discussion whether or not I should go to the funeral. Sadly, I wasn't able to attend, but I still comforted the mourner by calling them and having someone there for them. This is something Moses should have done. He could have at least comforted Aaron in his time of need. He could have said, "I'm here for you, you'll survive," more. Becoming a bar mitzvah to me means taking on the mitzvah, our Jewish obligations, to a new and higher level. For instance, I can now go more in depth with my Torah learning. Mainly, the 3 mitzvot that come to my mind when I become a bar mitzvah are Torah learning, hospitality, and tzedakah, like my mitzvah project, the Innocence Project. The Innocence Project is a project of fund for DNA testing for people who have been wrongly convicted of a crime and are now on death row. 10% of my money I will receive will be given back to Beth Israel and the Innocence Project. All of these can be accepted on a higher level. First off, I'd like to thank everyone who has come from a far distance, including all my grandparents, cousins, and uncle from the East Coast. Also, I'd like to thank the Scheidt family for cutting their trip in Switzerland short to be here. I'd also like to thank Susan, Julie, Marilyn, and Philippa for planning, Heidi and Tracy for singing, the Giegas family for ushering, the Chai Band and the youth and teen choirs for singing and playing their instruments, and Aliza Bat Ram for teaching me for the past 8 months, and Rabbi Burke, who has guided me through the traditions of Reform Judaism, and Rabbi Satz, who helped me write the speech I'm reading right now. And Rabbi Cantor Bernstein, thank you for teaching me everything I've learned with my Jewish song and music at CBI since my days at Beth Israel Day School. Lastly, I'd like to thank my parents for their unconditional love and support for me through my journey into adulthood. I know it's been a little traumatic at times. Well, Mom, I love how you make me laugh and keep a sense of humor through the time I've had at bar mitzvah lessons and Jewish Day School. And Dad, I love how you ramble on about who knows what, but it makes up when we spend precious time at the beach or at a fun place or some other place. In conclusion, I accept the Academy Award for longest speech, but on a different note, I'd like to thank my friends who came here today, and many more who have come here. And lastly, while studying my Torah portion, I became troubled by Moses' lack of compassion and empathy towards his brothers. I pray that I continue to develop my compassion for others, and I hope that all of my love here today strive to live lives of empathy and caring. Shabbat Shalom.